Aloha, friends. Welcome to the April recap of Invited Back with Sabbath Kapahu. Thankful for this month, and today I'm going to pay attention to the evidence of growth. It is so easy to pay attention to what went wrong, what didn't get done, what I could have done better, what I wish others around me could have done differently. But as I find myself at the last day of April 2025, I'm choosing to pay attention to the evidence of growth. Does that mean it's done? Absolutely not. It means it's in process. And if there's anything that I know about this journey of life as a mom, a wife, a friend, a business owner, a organizational team member, a podcast host, is we're in process. And at the beginning of the month, we celebrated the 1-year anniversary of the passing of my brother. And I don't know how to do that. This was the first time I've experienced that. And so I blocked out time on my calendar and talked to my husband about the reality of I know this day is coming. I know it's going to be hard. I don't exactly know how I'm going to be feeling, what I should do. And so I just blocked this time out. And he was really encouraging and of like, hey, why don't you just take time to sit on the couch? And I was very tired that day, so I had done some work. I read some of C.S. Lewis's A Grief Observed and some of Phil Zylla's the name of his book is slipping my mind. I'll put a link to it in the show notes. And I just sat. And did the tears come at that moment? No. They came later that day when I was driving home with a van full of my girls, and I was listening to a song called Graves into Gardens, and I couldn't stop crying. And in that process of grief, I was able to share with my girls why I was feeling sad, and also the incredible seeds that were planted out of the heartbreaking tragic event of my brother's passing. The seeds that are now that have died and been buried in the ground and are bearing fruit, and a fruit that will continue to grow new life for generations to come. And I'm excited to share more about what that is going to look like as the months move forward. There's some exciting things in the works that I'll be able to share in more detail about very soon. So that's how we started April. And then I had some incredible conversations with Dr. Rob McKenna and the team from Wild on the Wild Conversation podcast. Got to have some incredible, like a masterclass with Alexis Fink, who is graduating out of a time as VP with Meta. And she's done work with other really impactful worldwide organizations in people analytics, and she is graduating to the next season of her calling. So just to be in the room with her was a gift this month. I also had a chance to work with some students at Loyola Marymount University as they were working on a project for one of their business classes. I had a chance to work individually with these separate groups of students, which was super fun, inside our Wild State of Trust at Work report, as they created digital pathways, thinking about why trust is vital in organizations at the personal, team, and organizational level. And as they move into the workforce, it was kind of fun to remember what it was like to be in the last years of college and thinking about, who am I? What am I going to bring to the world, and what's next for me? So cheers to those students. Super fun to be a part of their journey in just this little way over the month of April. I get to return to my alma mater next month, and I'll share more about that in May's recap. May is always a month of celebration, and so we'll get to celebrate something special there too. My daughter danced in Merry Monarchs, a Ho'olau Le'a for Easter, a rich time of hula, history, worship, and a truly family effort as we made it to practices and extended practices, and watched her. And we're surrounded by community, people we didn't know we'd see there, but got to enjoy the performance with, who have seen our kids journey through their elementary school years since our youngest was in kindergarten. And our oldest, since our oldest was in kindergarten. And speaking of our oldest, we now have a teenager. So we've moved into a new season as a family, as parents, and got to celebrate her and continued friendships that have remained. And was fun to watch the King of Kings together with her friends for her birthday, as she turned 13. A lot of milestone moments that April brought. A lot of opportunities to pause in response, and journey through the process of becoming the mom of a teenager, becoming the sister of a brother who's not here anymore, becoming a wife in a new way. As I learn more about myself, as I continue in weekly counseling, and I grow in self-awareness and the reality of what it means to reshape my automatic assumptions about a certain situation, I'm becoming, day by day, moment by moment, thought process by thought process. And that is what April has been about. So thankful for those of you who have journeyed in big and small ways with us together. We went through some training, completed some training, and again, I'll be able to share more about that in the months to come. Excited about what's coming up and to be on this journey together. May we continue daily to reimagine, reinvent, and reinvite. And how do we do that? We reimagine the possibilities. We open our hearts and our minds to another option, to something we may not have thought about before, or to something bigger than we could do ourselves. What does it look like to reinvent? It looks like to having courage to do things differently. To not always have to fall back on the way things have always been done. And what does it look like to reinvite? We are not meant to do this alone. So what does it look like to invite others along the journey of transformation, of continually becoming the best versions of ourselves? As we dig into discipline that equals freedom, as we hang on tight to the friendships and the relationships, whether they're cheering us on or giving it to us straight, may we be reminded that we are not meant to do this alone. And may we continue to dream big into the future. And even if that means one small step at a time, because hey, that's how we make it. One step forward at a time. And even as I record this, whether you're listening to it or you're watching, you can see the skies kind of changing behind me. I found out today that I have a root canal that is failing. And what's so interesting, as I was looking at the x-rays and chatting about it with a friend, it's so interesting how gosh, our teeth are such a part of our daily life. And when something's going wrong, we feel it. And when something's happening in the roots of those teeth, it needs to be addressed. So as we move into a new month of May, may we have the courage to address the things that are going on in the root level. May we walk through the hard and the painful process of what it takes to bring healing, of what it takes to bring hope, of what it takes to continue forward one step at a time. I am cheering you on. Please reach out. If there's any way I can journey along with you as you reimagine, reinvent, and reinvite. Sending my aloha. Until next time.